I'm going to check out this Girsan Regard 6 today. This is very similar to the Regard MC, which I already posted a video on this, shoot, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, something like that. But this one specifically is the 6, which for the most part just means you get a longer barrel. There's a couple other differences though. If you want to see my review on this, I'll post a link in the description. But this one specifically is the 6. I believe it's a fairly new offering. I don't know, maybe they just made them available recently for us, but I just found out about this sometime last year. But been waiting to get my hands on one and test it out, see if I like the longer barrel. I thought maybe a little less recoil or something like that. We'll find out. But it's not too much longer. Your regular one here, and this probably isn't lined up 100% perfectly, but the MC has a 4.9 barrel, and the 6 here has a 5.2 inch barrel. So not a huge difference, but it gives you a little longer sight radius, probably a negligible amount of velocity increase, maybe a little more accuracy. Again, it's going to be real small difference because you're talking 0.3 of an inch, but it also comes with different sights. So this is the 6 that I'm holding here. There's your sights. It's got kind of like a target rear blade, but it still has the white dots. And at a glance they look the same, but if you notice, that rear blade is slightly different on the MC here. So I also noticed that while holding and aiming with both of these, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, I guess you can see it right there. I was going to say I noticed that it seems like the sights on this is a little lower than on this one. And now that I'm looking at them, I can see that the rear notch is definitely shorter on the 6. So they're both 18+1 capacity. Obviously they're both railed. Looks like on the 6 you get little serrations here where you don't on that. Serrations are the same here. The trigger's exactly the same, mag's exactly the same, grip's exactly the same. Depends on generation as well, because they have numerous generations of these. The newest ones, for example, this is your decocker here, safety. The newest generation, it pops back up automatically, so you don't have to flip it yourself. But both of these still have the one where you gotta manually flip it back off if you want. Let's see, you got some texture there for your finger on the trigger guard if you want to do that. Same on this one. And if you don't already know by now, these are basically Beretta 92 or A1 or whatever. It's a clone of the Beretta. But from my research, it's kind of more than a clone. It basically is a Beretta. They've bought the tooling from Beretta, and this company actually used to make the Berettas for Beretta. So it's basically a rebranded Beretta. So with that, by giving up the Beretta name, you get the pistol for about half the cost. Prices are all over the place right now due to the pandemic and price gouging and all that here in 2021. But here in Ohio, at our local gun store, these are, well, actually right now the 6 is $3.99, whereas they have the MC listed at $4.29. So it's pretty much every bit a Beretta. Almost everything's interchangeable, made on Beretta tooling by a company that used to make the Berettas for Beretta. So it's 99% a Beretta. You just get a name change there and a hell of a savings. So with that, you can use the Beretta mags. This one here is a surplus used mag. It's only a 15 round because of that. But it works in it flawless. I received a comment on the video on this one that somebody bought Beretta mags and they were having an issue where it didn't work, and they were quoting this little notch here, that the ones they got did not have the notch, and they believe that's why they didn't work. However, this magazine without the notch, which is a surplus mag, works in both these pistols just fine. So I'm not sure what that guy was on about, but I mean, maybe there's some out there that won't work for whatever reason, but we know the surplus does at least. So, and most 92 mags should work for it. So one thing I really love about these pistols is they are just absolutely, and it goes for both of them, smooth as glass. It just feels like it's literally riding on glass. It's like super smooth. Feels like a nice polished, just, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just super smooth. There's no grit whatsoever. It feels the same all the way through. It's just real smooth. There's no exception for the 6 here with the long slide. It feels exactly the same. Super smooth, no play. And then I also really love the trigger on these. Double action, pretty smooth and light for a double action. And single, okay, there's your take up, but there is zero creep, play, nothing. It's just right there's your wall, and you pull a little harder and it goes off. There's nothing there. Really excellent trigger on these. So I've never personally shot the Beretta, but this feels like, I mean, a trigger you would have on like an $800-900 gun. Like it's perfect. There's no creep, there's no grit, and it's pretty light. It's about, I mean, I don't have a gauge or anything, but 4.5-5 pounds maybe. This, for me, that's the perfect weight. No creep whatsoever, no grit. I really love the trigger. The slide's super smooth. I just really love these guns. And like I said, I mean, it's a Beretta, so. But yeah, I can't say enough for these pistols. I've shot the MC a few times. This will be my first shots with the 6. But just right off the bat, I can tell you I really love these guns. They have fantastic trigger, super smooth slide and rail. You know, high capacity 18+1 with the mags it comes with. It's just, yeah, one of my favorite pistols, probably my favorite 9mm pistol to date. And then they're also really accurate, super reliable. We've never had any issues with the MC. But I'm gonna quit rambling on about them and put a few mags through it now. Yeah, I definitely shot that better than the Canic. I only had 3 shots left. I was hoping for more. All right, I'm going to rapid five on this as fast as I can. And just for record, this is half scale silhouette. So I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it's only half scale. Just mostly to test reliability, not for accuracy. So the other thing about these guns, like I mentioned, they're really accurate. In the Regard MC video, we were able to take that pistol out to 100 yards and get some pretty decent hits at 100 yards. I mean, granted, there were some misses, but it wasn't very hard to hit the target, for us at least, at 100 yards. And I mean, we do that with numerous pistols over the years, and we post videos of that, like my G35 and my 1911. I was also able to do that, but I believe this is the only 9mm that we've been able to reliably hit a target at 100 yards, or somewhat reliably, I should say. It's harder to do that here because we can't see, like when we miss, where we're hitting to adjust accordingly, because, you know, the pistol might be dead on at 10 yards, but once you go out 100, you might find that it's like high left, low right, something like that. So what I'm going to shoot 50 yards here, should be able to hit that pretty reliably. I mean, even 50 yards is reliable hits at 50 yards with any pistol is pretty impressive. So let's see if I can at least do that, even though I know this thing's 100-yard capable.
This table's hot. Did you happen to see where those misses went?
Mm-mm.
Obviously, when shooting 100 yards, it would take a lot more time than that. But those two that I missed, I probably just pulled a little because I was going kind of fast. But I mean, you get the picture. That was 6 hits out of 8 shots, and I should have been able to make it 8 out of 8 at 50 yards. And like I said, I should be good to 100 yards, other than finding where to hold. And if you want to see it, just the regular MC, like I said, link in the description of that video. We got that one out 100 yards without any real difficulty. But I mean, yeah, they're super accurate pistols as well. When I was rapid firing out there, that's about the only thing I would say, and it's just the nature of a all metal gun like this. There is a little, I wouldn't call it recoil, but muzzle flip, because it's so heavy, and this slide, even with it having this cutout, I mean, it's still kind of a heavy metal slide. And basically what I'm saying is you get a little more recoil rapid firing this all metal gun than you would, like, say, a comparable polymer pistol like my Glock. My G17, I could shoot it a little more accurately when I'm rapid firing than I can this. This gun is more accurate overall, but with it having extra muzzle flip from the weight, it causes me to throw shots a little more when I'm trying to shoot really fast, like as fast as I can, compared to like a Glock. So that would be about the only, I wouldn't even call it a downside. It's just the nature of having an all metal gun like that, which I love all metal guns. So it's just part of what comes with that.
That's the surplus mag. Three out of 5 on the gong.
You got the last one too. It was 4 out of 5. You just, that last one, you nicked the right side of it.
Okay.
Show off. 50 yards, free hand standing. So I'd love to sit out here and shoot this thing all day, but like I said, 2021 with the ammo prices and all that, and difficulty in finding it, unfortunately that's going to be as many rounds as I put through it today. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Like I said, I love this thing. No complaints. Like I said, you got a little extra muzzle flip with the all metal design, but that's not even a complaint per se. That's just, you know, part of the beast of having an all metal pistol. Definitely nothing that's uncontrollable or anything like that. It's just something I noticed, that you got a little more muzzle flip when rapid firing. But yeah, if you want a Beretta 92 or any variant like that, just get one of these. I mean, unless you're loaded. I really don't see. Again, I haven't shot the Beretta, but just on my research, I know that this is 99%, if not 100% of Beretta. The only difference is the freaking name. So, and you know, maybe a few of the features. But yeah, definitely love these regards. Highly recommended. If you're thinking about getting one, I definitely would. If you even just go handle one, you're gonna fall in love with it. So, highly recommended pistol. One of my favorites for sure. Appreciate you watching. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like. If you want to be notified when I post, be sure to subscribe. Click all to receive all notifications. That's going to wrap her up. Again, I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.